Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the Train Station. As always, I am your host, A-Train, and the new college football game is dropping this month in about 2 weeks or so. And they dropped the full deep dive in a Dynasty mode. I have not seen this yet, so I will be seeing this for the first time and reacting to it. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Hey everyone, Kirk Herbstreit here with EA Sports College Football 25, back for another deep dive. This time we're talking about everyone's favorite mode,
Dynasty mode, absolutely.
Online Dynasty in college football.
He is 100% correct. People play college football games for the Dynasty mode.
25 can accommodate up to 32 teams and
32 teams. You could do an online Dynasty with 32 teams. That is crazy.
you can play with friends for up to 30 seasons. Today we'll take a closer look at the new 12-team college football play.
They are adding it. Okay, so for those of you that aren't big into college football or are new to this channel, college football has usually only had 4 teams. And this upcoming season, they're expanding it to 12. So I didn't expect it to be in the game so quickly. So a 12-team playoff is going to be awesome.
Playoff, recruiting, the transfer portal, and a...
Bro, was that a girl? There's no way. Was that a girl? Back up a little bit. Sorry about that.
30 seasons. Today we'll take a closer look at the new 12-team college football playoff.
I thought that was a girl. The way the dude's hair was.
Recruiting, the transfer portal, and a ton of customization options to make your program unique.
Let's do it.
College football has seen seismic changes over the past few years.
Correct.
And in EA Sports College Football 25, you can experience this new landscape while building your program the way you want. The 2024 season marks the debut of the new 12-team college football playoff.
Let's go.
And you can play it first in the game months before the real thing.
Let's go.
You can be the first coach to lead your school through the new 12-team playoff and
oh, give me that. Yes, sir. National champions. Let's not forget.
Recruiting is the lifeblood of college football.
True.
And in a world of unlimited transfers, managing your dynasty roster has never been more important. Evaluate your needs and opportunities for talent upgrades at the start of each season.
So nothing new in that
aspect. Is to recruit through the high school ranks. So let's fill up your recruiting board. Each year, over 3,500 high school recruits are generated from all over the country.
So far, this has been the same. This was the same as it was in NCAA Football 14. There's a bunch of recruits listed 5-star all the way down to 1-star at each position based on the state. So all of this right now is the exact same.
With certain regions representing real-world hotspots for blue-chip talent, like South Florida and Metro Atlanta.
I mean, I guess if you really care about where exactly they come from, like, I do that. Like, if I'm a certain team, you know, if I'm like a Texas team, you know, I'll look for where I live in Texas, like that certain city, or, you know, of course, my hometown. I'm always looking for guys in my hometown. So I do that. So it is cool that that continues to be a thing.
Do research to find recruits that best fit your program and determine who you can realistically land.
I can realistically land anybody because I am the greatest recruiter in NCAA football. You give me a 50 overall team, I'll sign 4 or 5 stars. Easy. No problem.
A recruit's interest in your school is decided by 14 different pitch grades like proximity to...
So yeah, so all of this is the same too. So academic prestige, athletic facilities, brand exposure, campus lifestyle, championship contender, coach stability, coach prestige, conference prestige, pro potential, playing style, proximity to home. All of that remains the same for the most part, it looks
playing
like.
Time and brand exposure. So you'll need to discover how your program's pitch grades align with your recruit's desires.
So yeah, so far all of this is the exact same as NCAA Football 14. I'm sure there's going to be some sort of twist to it. Go blue.
Some players have a deal breaker requirement, and if your program cannot provide,
So the deal breaker is also the exact same as it was in NCAA football 14. You couldn't get certain recruits because you'd be locked out, and you would have to meet certain criteria in order to sign them. Like sometimes they want playing time. So if you have 4 quarterbacks, then a quarterback is going to lock you out because they want to, if they value playing time.
The recruit will lock you out. Deal breakers also drive a player's decision to enter the transfer portal. Monitor.
Oh, okay. So that's new. That's interesting. So as you can see here, so if a player wants to play and he's, if you have 6 wide receivers and he's 7th on the depth chart, he may want to transfer. So that is new. So I do like this aspect of the risk of transfer being important, or maybe, he wants to go to a better school. So I do like that a lot. That's a good feature.
At-risk players and get one last chance to convince your favorites to stay. Track your recruits as they narrow down their top schools. Pitch a prospect to gain more interest, and then set up school visits when the timing is right.
Perfect.
It's crucial to remain in their top 10, then 8, then 5 to finally be part of their top 3. As a recruit trims down to the top 8,
So top 8 is new because usually they would be like, okay, here it is. And if you were anywhere within the top 10, you'd have a shot. But them now narrowing it down to 8 and then being in the top 3, I wonder if insta-commits aren't going to be as prevalent.
You can attempt to increase your appeal. If your school doesn't have exactly what the prospect is looking for, you can try to sway their opinion in your favor. Plan visits that elevate a recruit's experience, like pairing a quarterback visit with a wide receiver visit at the same time.
So yeah, I'm sorry I'm pausing it so much, but this is kind of what we get. So complimentary visits are the exact same. You want to pair offense with offense, defense with defense, and you want to avoid having 2 wide receivers visit at the same time because they're going to, or 2 quarterbacks compete or visiting at the same time because they're going to be thinking that they're competing for playing time. So you don't want them to come in on the same week.
It's crucial to keep an eye on the transfer portal when it opens in the off season.
Now this is definitely new, and because the transfer portal has been something in college football, but because we haven't had a game in 11 years, the transfer portal is the section that I'm most excited about. So I'm going to listen to this before I pause it again.
To round out your roster with talent you couldn't land from recruiting. Add portal prospects to your board just like you would with recruiting, but expect quick decisions as transfers have a shorter timeline to land a new home. Conference realignment.
Okay, so yeah. So I'm telling you right now, if there is a big school out there that comes and takes one of my guys from my little school, I'm going to be mad, and I'm going to run up the score on them when I play them. I'm going to put it on easy and run up the score. I'm letting everybody know right now that's what's going to happen, because you ain't taking my players without consequences. I'm that kind of person. Customization options, let's get into it.
Is a hot topic in.
But before we do, I do like the transfer portal option. I hope it's exactly as they say. You line up guys that you want. You try and persuade them to come, and I'm hoping that's exactly how it is.
College football, and with custom conferences in EA Sports College Football 20.
So custom conferences remain the same as they were in NCAA Football 14. I like this, especially now with the way that the conferences are, and the conferences being, pretty much Big Ten, SEC. I like the fact that you can continue to spread out the wealth and have teams and change it up and put teams where you want to put them. Like, why is California in the ACC? And why is Stanford in the ACC? That is the Atlantic Coast. That is this side of the freaking map. And you're talking about West Coast teams. Makes no sense. So I'm glad that we're going to be able to change that back. And there's the Pac-12, which is now the Pac-2. We're going to be able to make the Pac-12 again, which would be nice.
Dynasty is yours to control. See what a 20-team super conference might look like.
So they said that, as you can see right there, they get to the Pac-12 and it's the Pac-2. But you can have 20 teams to a conference. So you can have the Big 20 or the SEC with 20 teams in it. That's crazy. That's going to be fun. That's going to be a fun customization.
Or revert to the traditional conference alignment.
Yes.
Shape the conference size and membership and set custom conference rules, set up divisions and more.
I love it. I love it.
Once you've settled your conference options, it's time to select your team. Begin with a highly ranked team and dominate at the top with repeat recruiting and playoff success.
Did I say Clemson in the
build
MAC?
from the ground up with a smaller program.
Did that say Clemson was in the MAC? We would get destroyed. I think college football games are more fun when you start at a smaller school and work your way up. But sometimes I just like to dominate, and I'll pick like Michigan or Ohio State or something.
And prove you have what it takes to go from an unknown to postseason favorite.
Kennesaw State in the game.
Can't
That's
talk about
fun.
your dynasty without talking about your starting job. Start as an offensive or defensive coordinator.
So this is something I wish Madden would incorporate, because NCAA's been doing this for years, and I don't understand why you're not allowed to do it in Madden. In college football, as you can see here, you can start as the leader is the head coach on defense or on offense. In Madden, it's just head coach. Like, why can't I start as a coordinator? But this isn't about Madden. I'm just saying I wish Madden would incorporate something like
climb the ranks
that.
to head coach, or take over a program as the head coach right away. Choose from one of the 3 base coach.
Okay, so this is new. Recruiter, motivator, or tactician. So, back in like the older NCAAs, you could pretty much combine all of these. And so now this is interesting that you're going to have to pick one. Motivator, get your players ready to play their best by boosting their rating and composure. That is going to be helpful if you're a smaller school and you're going on a road game to a bigger school. That'll definitely help. Recruiter, Jimmy and Joe's, not X's and O's. You scout faster and recruit better than any other type of coach. Or tactician, boost your player rating on game day, scheme up the big plays, and let the visor fly. Interesting. So motivator, what's the difference between motivator and tactician though? Because one, you're getting your players ready to play their best by boosting their rating. But tactician, you're also boosting their players' rating. So that's going to be interesting to see the difference between the two.
Start. Your coach type will determine what coaching skill tree you start with. From there,
okay, so master motivator, okay. Quarterbacks get boosts to toughness, stamina, injury, or start game with the composure boost, okay.
the abilities you acquire as you progress will determine what kind of coach you develop into. Unlock additional skill trees with better abilities. Or, if you build up multiple skill trees, you can unlock hybrid trees that leverage a more diverse skill set.
Okay, I like that. I like the ability to not just be stuck into one bubble, but you can be like a tactician and a motivator, a recruiter and a tactician, a motivator and a recruiter, or a tactician and a motivator. So that's really cool.
The coaching carousel is an important part of every coach's journey.
Yes.
Whether you're the head man at your dream school or working your way up, the carousel is your way of fielding offers from other programs. Head coaches in Dynasty can actively manage their coordinator positions. So if one of your staff takes a job elsewhere, or you decide to cut ties for other reasons, you can use the carousel to replace them. Remember, even the greatest coaches need...
Wow, wait a minute. Let me go back. That says coaches now. This was never a thing before, so this is new. Coaches were either fired or they retired. Now, it says coaches can move to the NFL. So that's something new and interesting. You could lose potential coaches to the NFL. So that's going to be an interesting little touch.
Remember, even the greatest coaches need support, and every coach has a unique skill tree.
I don't need support. I'm me. I'm him. I'm that guy.
Whether that's
I don't need
doubling
help.
down on your existing
I'll be offense,
strengths
defensive
to
coordinator,
max out
and
your
head coach all
benefits,
in one.
or seeking out balance for a well-rounded staff. Choose wisely. The decisions you make here will matter to your program's success and your coach's progression. The benefits of coach talents are stackable. So if your head coach and defensive coordinator have the same ability, the impact for that ability will be greater.
That's nice.
Well, that's it for today's deep dive into Dynasty mode in EA Sports College Football 25.
Okay, so we have a lot to discuss here. So that was awesome. It's been out for an hour and it's already got 132,000 views. A lot of it remains the same as it was, but I'm interested in see how the transfer portal works, how the new coaching tree works. I'm excited for this, and uh, I will be doing an online Dynasty with my friends, but I'm also going to be doing a solo one, which will be put on YouTube. I already have a team in mind. I'm not going to spoil who that team is, but I already have a team in mind that I'm going to use for the channel. And we're going to go till we win a national championship with them. It's probably going to take some time because they're very bad. Or I wouldn't say they're very bad. They're not really well known. And they kind of play football in the middle of nowhere, just as a little hint. But yeah, that was awesome. I'm so excited. About 2 weeks from now, it will be released. But yeah, Dynasty mode is easily the best mode. Like I said, I wish Madden would incorporate the coordinators because they just don't do that. I don't know why. But yeah, everything seems to be pretty much how I remembered it, but it's pretty much like the old game with a twist because the transfer portal and all that that's going to be the most exciting thing that I think everybody's looking forward to is how the transfer portal is going to work. But yeah, if a big school takes my team, I'm changing it to easy mode and I'm running up the score on them just because to prove to my recruit he shouldn't have left. I'm gonna be petty like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video along with me, and we will be back later on this week with another video, and then when the game drops we will be doing lots of content. Also with football coming back, I'll be dropping some NFL videos, some college football videos, and things like that. So just be on the lookout. I'm trying to do some more interviews. I'm working on it. It's not super easy to accomplish, but hopefully I can get a couple more interviews, a couple more people on the show. Everything's a work in progress, so I hope you guys like this, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.